Yo, it has finally happened. I'm jealous of Brad.
Hello! Welcome to Bad at Board Games.
He's bad at board games.
I'm Brad Lake.
I'm Topher Ferguson.
We're bad at board games, so you don't have to be. Today we're going to be talking about
all the games that are not in my collection.
And my lack of impulse control. Stick around to the end to see what my number one game of Gen Con was. And by that, I mean, which one did I buy that was my favorite that I went to first?
And which one do I not own?
He doesn't own any of them.
But at least I'm friends with somebody who does.
Benefit of being in board game content creation. He buys games. I don't have to buy them. I buy games. He doesn't have to buy them.
Notice that's not a benefit of being friends, apparently, but you know. Thanks.
Not really my friend.
Coworker.
Derek's my friend. He has like 500 games.
It's not about the size. It's about how you play the games.
Anyway.
So.
Back to the games.
Yes. So you went to Gen Con.
I went to Gen Con. I bought games. I was trying to have control, but I take my sons with me. So between them and myself, there was a lack of control.
Knowing you and your sons, that is not surprising at all. So.
They lean more towards the miniature side, but they got a couple board games. And yeah, and I bought games.
So tell us about your games.
All right. So impulse control, number one. Well, this was like my last impulse control because I'm like...
Is it impulse control or...
Impulse? Whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah, that word.
Uh-huh.
So I have been avoiding this because I'm like, card games are really not my thing. But it's kind of like anything, the more you hear about it, and the more you start to understand why people are liking it, blah, blah, blah. I picked it up. It's $20. I'm like, yeah, I want to try it. It's got boards. And the interesting thing about it is you get a hand of cards and you're not able to rearrange them.
Okay.
But then you're playing a run from, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You play that. And then somebody has to beat that to be able to play it. And then by playing something, that's how you rearrange your cards.
Okay.
By getting them out of your hand.
Okay. So kind of like a rummy type feel, or?
Yeah, I haven't, obviously we haven't played it yet, but it plays up 5 or 6 people. I can't remember. 5 people. 20-minute game, and it's kind of like tennis, best out of 3.
Okay. Kind
of thing. Looks cute after I read the rules. This is one of the 5 games I read the rules for in 24 hours. But got Scout, gonna try it out. It rhymed. And we'll let you know what we really think of it.
So glad you impressed yourself with the littlest of all things.
I laugh at my own
entertained.
Jokes. Yes.
Easily entertained.
For my son, this was, I think 3 years ago this came out, because this debuted at Gen Con first time I went, 3 or 4 years ago now. And this is like a 2.0 weight game. It's cute. It's got beautiful plastic pieces for the fire, which makes it kind of neat. I'm pulling it out. You pull a bunch of fire. You're basically trying to burn each other's tower down. And it plays it up to 4 people. Yeah, so this is the embers. This is the same components they use in Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Okay.
And same ones they use in Cosmic Frog. So but it's nice and pretty and bright and yellow. So is it a take that game? You are trying to burn your opponent down. So maybe it's take that. I'm not sure. Play or elimination. But it only takes about 20, 30 minutes to play. So maybe a little bit longer. But it's a cute little game.
Yep.
Light, I would say 2.0 or under.
I'm not always opposed to those lightweight games.
No,
especially the quick ones to play. Yeah. That could be fun.
It was a nice little game. And they say 15 to 30 minutes. So depending on how many people you have, it's right in there.
Yeah.
I would say that is actually accurate in this case. Most of the time,
it's a little off.
Yeah. A little can be like way off. It took like 4 hours to play. It says 2.
Let's see. Arkham Horror, I think, says 2 to 4. And
not so much. I got Brew. So this isn't impulse control on my part. My friend actually got this for me because I like getting games and I get suckered into when the designer's there and willing to sign the game. So he was talking to somebody at Pandasaurus, and I guess he asked them if they had any boxes signed by the designer, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, I got one in back." So I got the brew. I got Brew from Pandasaurus Games, and it's signed over here. And little bit of take that from what I understand. So looking forward to this.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, the artwork, like the characters on it, it reminds me of the cartoon Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Okay,
and
I did not watch that.
Lack of TV.
I mean, it is what it is.
You have books.
I have books.
He'll be like, I read this book. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Is it a Star Wars book? I might have read it.
I have not read Star Wars books, so that's yeah.
Well, I did read the Harry Potter books.
Nice.
And you have read those.
I have.
Yep.
I'm actually reading them again.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a regular occurrence.
So trying to get through this quickly. Hopefully you're laughing along with us. So, Overboss.
I'm looking forward to this one.
This.
Yes.
So, I kind of call this Minecraft Cascadia mix.
Okay.
You've got your own tableau. There's zero take that. Tiles come out with a monster on them and a land, and you have to take that tile and that land. You don't get to switch them around, and you put them on your tableau, and depending on how many monsters of the same type you have in a row and the lands that you have in the same row or touching or different things like that you would have in Cascadia, it's in this. And then there's a little dungeon that allows you to kind of like take the monster, put it in the dungeon so that you can like swap things around a little bit later. So it's cute.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this.
Yeah, we didn't get this at Gen Con, so I guess it's kind of fake, but we played it at Gen Con. They sold out of it.
Okay.
Like, we played it, my son played it Thursday night, and then went back Friday, or played it Friday night, went back Saturday, and they didn't have it. So we did play it at Gen Con, then we immediately ordered it on Amazon and got it on Monday. So
okay.
Half lie, half truth.
Look at this. I'm in the presence of liars. Yes, well, you know.
Oh, but I'm telling them I'm lying.
That's true. That's true.
It's like an evangelical preacher, a TV preacher.
An evangelical?
I am not getting it right.
No.
I'm not good with words today.
I mean,
bad at words today.
I mean, thinking of roots of words. Here we go. I'm the reader in me. But no, you are not correct.
All right. So I didn't get I'm not bringing out the big box. But we have several boxes of this. So this is by Steam Forge Games. They just came out with a Bard song. So they have a miniature skirmish game, board game adjacent. It is a board game, but
it's bothering my OCD that there's cards that are showing.
Yeah, they're kind of like
that didn't work.
Yeah, sorry.
Shake it a little bit more. Why don't you? Probably worse now.
But the environmental impact of this is bad because there's a lot of air. If you want to talk about that, not that I'm a giant tree hugger, but I'm starting to look at some of the games that I bought and like, oh my, this could have been in a tiny, tiny little box. How'd you want to do? That's it. There's nothing behind it. There's no rules. There's no book. Nothing. But they have another game. I forget what the game is. Horizon, that I would like to try out. So maybe I'll be able to reach out to Steam Forge Games and see if they'll let us demo it or something. It would be kind of cool. But it's a cool game. They've got a lot of these different packs, and the different colored monsters have basically they do different things. So you can have 2 or 3 clans in your army, and you fight, and it's kind of an area control fight.
Okay.
If you die, you can resurrect the next, like on your turn immediately. So it's not like a war game, so to speak, but it's definitely this intricate area control. And it's not programming, but each one of your units has a card, and there's a daytime card, and you do those actions, and then after you do the action, you flip it over. Then after everybody's gone, everybody's on the nighttime side. Then your opponent does the daytime move, and then it's your turn to do the nighttime move. So, it's a neat game. You can kind of keep it from probably like 45 minutes to an hour, and then if you play like 5 turns, if it gets to 5 turns, that can be probably an hour and a half, 2 hour long game. So
I'm assuming that your son's going to paint them.
Yeah, he's already painted one of them.
Has he?
Yeah.
I can
I'll
see
show
that.
some of those off as we go through it. But
Yeah.
They did a real nice job on one of them already.
I might have to give this one a try.
It'll be interesting to see if you like it, because I know you're not big into battles. But it's on that fine line, right? Because it is battle adjacent with area control.
Okay.
You know?
I probably wouldn't mind it. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not as interested in like war games.
Right.
I'm not opposed to some battle.
Yeah.
But
like I said,
that's not what I gravitate towards.
It's adjacent.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's trying to find that board gamer that likes some conflict, and then probably trying to draw in some of the war gamers
into the board game
side of it. Okay. So
I'm down to give it a try.
Really cool miniatures, that's for sure. They make some neat stuff.
Yeah, they look great.
This was my surprise at Gen Con. I got Ahoy, and I'm doing B-roll for this already. So I'm going to try to get this video out sooner than later. Maybe even a teach to see how poorly I can try to teach you. Bad at teaching is awesome.
I don't know if I'm going to allow that, y'all.
They only had this for sale for 2 days at Gen Con. So they had it for sale.
Like they sold out, or they only...
So this is what... I didn't have this on my top 10 list because this wasn't supposed to be a Gen Con. And I went over to their booth because it was near Cosmic Frog's booth. And I saw Ahoy, and I'm like, I didn't think this was supposed to be here. And they're like, nope, it's a surprise. And I thought they would just be selling it all 4 days. No, they only sold it Thursday and Saturday.
Okay.
So like there was a very limited number. I didn't realize it was going to be like this thing. And I don't think people even knew that much to try to get it. So I was pleasantly surprised. Played it already. I like it. It's root light. And we'll probably end up doing a video, like the versus videos that we're kind of enjoying doing. This versus root. This is a more accessible route, in my opinion. So I can't wait to get to play this weekend after I get some of the B-roll filmed and try it out.
And it says it plays 2 to 4.
It does.
Whereas like root, you don't really want to play root at 2.
And I think you have to have an expansion to play it at 2, and like just base game root versus base game Ahoy.
Yeah. Root's fantastic, but if that plays only 2, that would be nice, because like if we are going to play root, we've got to wait until your kids are here or something. We can pull it out at game night, but then we got to teach with it. And whereas, this one we could just sit down and play.
And I liked it. Me and Liam played it, and he did win, but I was, you're still trying to learn those tactics and things like that. So I'm really interested in that. I'm looking forward to that. We're getting into some of the games that I like. So got a couple games. I got more than a couple from my top 10 list. If you want to click up here or somewhere, you can kind of see that. These, I can't remember if both of I know one of these was not. So this is where my impulse control just went, I'm just going to buy them both. I'm in the booth. So I got Wormholes and Guild Merchant Explorers. The Guild of Merchant Explorers. It's way too long. I just call it Guild Explorers or something like that. Merchant Explorers. But that's not the name. It's way too long. It's a horrible name for a board game.
It is not a horrible name.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It might as well be that long.
I don't want to hear it. One of your favorite games for how long is Super Mega Lucky Box.
Yeah, that's all.
That's all. Yeah.
It's a short game.
This makes sense. The Guild of Merchant Explorers. I'm going to take you through a reading class.
Anyway.
I like to look in the box, too, a lot.
What I didn't realize about this, so both these were, Shut Up and Sit Down talked about these. This is kind of what got me, I got the FOMO, right? But I'd kind of seen it, and these are medium weight games, which we like. I like Wormholes, and the reason I was going to buy Wormholes over this is because this is 5-player. And for our game group, we're having 8 or 9 people show up now.
Yeah.
And so it's, trying to have a 5-person game is or higher is kind of key, without it being like a party game. And then, so that's why I'm like, well, I'll pick one of these, trying to be cash conscious. Value proposition, right? They're both from AEG, both good. I'll just get this one. They both cost the same price. I think they're both $50. Then I got there and was talking to the guy at the booth. I'm like, I'll get both. And he started telling me about merchants. So I also got, this also helps. They give you free stuff free, included in the price. You get some extra map packs for Guild of the Merchant Explorers when you bought it. So that helped. But this one plays simultaneously, kind of like Space Base. Not like Space Base in any other way, But that's one of the mechanics that I like in a game because it keeps it from being a long-winded game and overstaying time. So you could play a game like this. You have your own tableau, you have your own map, and you're flipping over cards in the middle, and everybody takes that action. So everybody's taking the same action. And everybody has the same map, at least to begin with. So it kind of has that Castles of Burgundy, but you have your own map, and it's the same as everybody else's, and then you're taking the same action as everybody else, Hadrian's Wall. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like an interesting little interaction. So it could play up 45 minutes, maybe an hour. But that's why I lost the battle on buying
that. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
I also like the fact that you can't say the name. Yes. Even just a second ago, you messed it up again. But that's okay.
Merchant Explorer stuff.
The Guild of Merchant Explorers.
Snobby. Anyway.
Yes, that's me.
I got Longboard.
I see that.
Reiner Knizia. So I think he puts out 1,000 games a year. I have one. May have another. I don't know. But played this a couple times, and I'll let you. But the innuendos fly when you play this game.
I can tell by the graphics now that you say that.
You're building a surfboard and you're trying to make it longer. So longboard, whoever has the longest board. But anyway,
that's not the comparison that we have.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a nice little puzzle, and I wouldn't, I know some people don't like the name filler games. It's a 20 to 30 minute game, and played it twice at Gen Con already, and enjoyed it. And I think the youngest player we had was 13 when we played it.
Oh, nice. But okay.
Like, this is another one where this could have been a oversized box of cards, but like I said, I'm not a over excessive tree hugger, but we are prone to want to now buy bigger boxes of things, and we think the smaller the box, and I'm bad at this too. I was talking about this with my kids, then it's not a good game.
Oh yeah.
If you have these big boxes or this stuff, it makes it feel like it's worth the money you're spending. But when it's this tiny little box, you almost feel like it's a cheap game. It's not worth it. Like, it's a weird cycle. The marketing people have programmed us now. They get there. I'll show you this. Look. This is a side tangent. Look at that. This did not need to be in this big old box. But we would have never bought it if it was skinny like Monopoly.
The thing that's nice about the size, you have to have the size of the box to fit the mats and stuff in it.
True.
But it also fits on shelves better.
But it doesn't have to be as I'm being engineering. I promise we won't do this again.
I could say, but I'm not going to.
All right, Cosmic Frog. This was on my list. This was interrupted on my list. I wasn't sure I was going to get it, but I haven't been able to see it, and I was hoping I'd be able to get it a little bit cheaper. But I didn't. But I didn't realize this game wanted to take that one. Another one. The designer was there and got that signed, but for the price you get, it comes with this nice player mat, and it fits inside the box versus you having to hang it on or put it in a corner or something like that. But it's really cool.
Yeah,
and the artwork
and the minis really are.
The artwork's better than the box. Like, I was telling Toph, when I saw this a couple years ago, 3 years ago, pre-COVID at Gen Con, I believe it was. I was about the art, but then looking at the cards and the art, and they had the art for sale at the booth. It was gorgeous. It really is. This is a off the wall game. The whole backstory and your 2 mile tall frogs, and it's all Take That. And if you know anything, the reason I ended up getting this is because I like Take That game. Played it this week, and it was fun. I enjoyed it, and I know I would say 3 out of 5 of us enjoyed it. But you got to have the right people if you're going to play a Take That game. So, but we all got to learn something new and try something new out, and we're gonna, have the people that like Take That, and we're gonna have the people that'll play something a little bit calmer when a few of us are playing that one.
You wouldn't always use the word calm.
Well,
Take That,
but
game.
Not take. Well, but this is not calm. If you're stealing things from your opponents.
Yeah.
So
the artwork is amazing on this.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was very biased against this game a couple years ago, and then I think it's like anything. the more you kind of learn about it, the more you're like, spend the time to actually listen or, hear like what it is that makes it unique. The Take That is what got me hooked on that one for sure. So, I pre-ordered this one and got Gutenberg. I got this one was in, Tom Vassell pretty much likes this game. He's blinged this game out, and I have some overlap on medium weight games with Tom. And so this one then started to catch my eye about, I may actually like this. I mean, so they had a 30% off sale for this if you pre-ordered it for pickup at Gen Con. So I'm like, yeah, I want to get it. And so getting 30% off at Gen Con on top of it. You can't pass that up. They were selling Brazil, and that one actually sold out from what I understand, but I just was a little reluctant. I didn't pick that one up. So, but yep, got Gutenberg. It's actually got wood letters in it. Oh, nice. Like the printing press. Nice. So it's got some neat components. Not everything all bling out. You still have cardboard and stuff. Yeah. Put it in front of you.
I do like, sorry.
Well, I don't want to
I will stop looking at the boxes. No.
I'm trying to not.
No. It's okay. Come on, coworker.
This is what I have to deal with.
Come on, coworker. What else you got over there?
This one is
this your number one?
No, it's not my number one. I got one after this.
Okay.
So as you can tell, I didn't. There was lack of control when we were there, but this is a worker placement.
I like worker placement,
and it has a spinning rondelle of death, like Barrage.
I'm perfectly fine with rondelles and death,
but it's not. We call that Barrage. So yes, got Terracotta Army.
I'm excited for this.
So you're not gonna be able to see this, but what sold me on this is Rado was talking about this and doing a playthrough, and I watched Tom Gets Games. I think that's how channel. John Gets Games. Very bad with names today. But there's a resource wheel here, and you have an outer wheel and an inner wheel, and you can pay to spin that wheel so that you can try to get the two resources that you want. And then, if like Toph spun the wheel, he might align a resource in a way that I now don't have to. So, and you're building the Terracotta Army in China. And so it looks pretty slick, and it's got a lot of the typical Euro, get this, and you have clay, and if you don't use that clay, then the clay dries out. Now you can't use that clay, so then you have to wet the clay back up, and like you become an artisan, and then that lets you be a master at clay, but not a master at building it, and like these different things. And then the army itself is actually in a holder upside down, so you're like revealing the archers and putting them in this grid system, and then the inspector. If you have, the inspector is going to move around kind of like a chessboard. If you think about it, left and right, and I think up and down as well. Okay. And then if you have statues built where in the row that the inspector goes at the end of the turn, then you get points for that too. So it's like this. You're going to like this game. Point salad. You're going to like this.
And it's only 2 hours. That's
only, yeah, it's only 2 hours.
Brad doesn't do well with the long games.
No, I like that. But that's fine. But it's when we got to 8 hours of.
I'm sorry that you don't have stamina and you like to finish too soon. I like the long games.
Yeah. No, I don't have a problem with it. It was the 8-hour game that I didn't like. That should have been 2 hours. That's when I had a problem. I wanted to stab my eyes.
This looks amazing. Yeah, I'm excited for this. This might be, I'd say so far, this is probably the one I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
What you have.
And I think this was like number 5 on my list. Like this ended up being number 2, like I had actually bought. And it may be number 3, but because I had Ahoy. I'm happy with the games I got. Mm-hmm. But my number 1, and it's an expansion, not a game. I'm not tired of it yet.
I'm excited for this.
Great Western Trail. This is the Rails to the North. Great Western Trails Argentina is not out. And I guess, Man vs. Meeple and a couple other people were able to like demo it or play it. But, we're not that big. So if you want us to get bigger, subscribe. You can see us do some cool stuff. But one of my favorite games, we're probably going to play it this weekend.
Yeah.
I like Great Western Trail.
It's fantastic. Fantastic game. Yeah,
So,
no, I'm looking forward to that. I still think, though, this is my favorite of what you got, Terracotta
I think that's going to be the most fun new game. Like, this isn't a new game.
Yeah.
Right? This is just a game we like a lot, and it's going to add a little bit to it. I think this is probably going to be the one we enjoy the most. I'm curious to see how much we do or don't like Gutenberg.
I'm excited for Gutenberg. Yeah, I think mechanic-wise, maybe it's not mechanically different than kind of what we're used to, but the look of this, it looks great. And I think, it's going to play similar to the games that we really like in terms of our enjoyment. So that's what, I'm looking forward to it as well.
And Terracotta Army, I think, is going to be a really good game. And your favorite mechanic. So I think that's why you'll definitely like it.
With that worker placement. It's one of my favorites. I've played one or two in my life.
Just a couple. What's your top 20 list look like? Worker placement, something else. Worker placement, something else.
Yeah, actually.
Cthulhu Deathmatch. Cthulhu. Worker placement. Like, it'll be worker placement, something Cthulhu, worker placement, Cthulhu, worker placement.
Yeah.
Ish.
That's up there. It's one of my favorites.
Stonemeyer, Cthulhu. Stonemeyer, Cthulhu.
They're not all Stonemeyer.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Come on now. I like others as well. I do like Stonemeyer games, though.
A little sensitive.
I'm not sensitive at all.
That's true. You're just man.
Hey now. Maybe it will become sensitive. I'm taking these games and going home.
Anyway, I don't know how long this was. This was meant to be 10 minutes. I know it's over 10 minutes. But hopefully you enjoyed it and you can make fun of my lack of ability to save money. Be my guest.
Glad he spent the money and I just get the benefit from playing the games.
There you go. Please click like, click subscribe, share. Help us grow. We really do appreciate it. It's fun. I guess even if we don't, we like sitting here bullshitting. Having a good time either way.
Yeah. And we're about to play a game, so I don't know which one yet, but let us know which of these did you get most excited about? What are you most interested in playing? Be kind of curious to know. These are new. A lot of these are new to me. Some of them I've heard of. Some of them I had not. So I'm excited to see and how they all play.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.
Words. You struggled with that one.